So obviously this field is exploding, and there's all sorts of good, bad, and different. And as clinicians, again, I've set the stage. We are caught between this rock and a hard place where our clients are coming and saying, "Hey, I'm going." And obviously in the SOF community, we've got some great resources of like, "Hey, you should probably, if you're going to go, talk to this resource versus that resource."
Yeah.
But for somebody that's watching it, maybe, they work with the civilian population or whatever, but they're caught between a rock and a hard place where their clients are going, they're not well educated, but they're stuck with their client. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, their client wants to continue to work with them. What resources, you're trained in MAPS and you've been a part of some of these studies. What resources would you push them to digest, buy, start to engage with? Obviously, those 2 books would be great starters. Is there anything else that you would say, hey, if your clients start going in this direction, you really need to bone up on X?
Yeah, there's a really good website called Arrowwid or Wins. Let me see. It's Arrowwid, I think. But that is a very useful. Let me see how Arrow. Just about all different types of psychedelics too. It's a nonprofit educational and harm reduction resource with thousands of pages of online information about psychoactive drugs. So it's Arrowwid, EROWID.
Can you text it to me? I'll put it in the show notes.
Sure. Yeah. And then MAPS used to have some really good resources. I haven't been on their website in a while, so I don't know, but they used to have some really good resources, just like educational resources and whatnot. But also Veterans Exploring Treatment Solutions has a free online educational program that is really great, and it goes through different types of psychedelics too, and explains it in very clear language and things like that. So those are the ones that come up to my mind.
Awesome.
Right now.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Vets one. I should put that one in the link as well. That's a great resource that they offer. And again, that's part of what we're trying to do is like consolidate these resources so that individuals don't have to go on these long drawn out hunts to figure out what to do and where to go.
Yeah, and I just remembered too, I think Heroic Hearts put out something a couple years ago as well, like a veteran's guide to psychedelic therapy or something like that.
Yes, I have that actually.
You can get that on Amazon or something. But that's
right.
really great too. But one of the things when people think about that too is about whether they're going to go or not is one of the contraindications is if you have a family history of bipolar or schizophrenia. So if you have that in your family, you really need to have some hard conversations with your mental health provider and your doctor about, whether that's something that would be worth pursuing for you.
Yeah, and cardiovascularly, specifically for ibogaine, that's a big one where they're doing EKGs ahead of time if they're doing it correctly. I know Vets does. And then the other piece is medication titration.
Right. Yes.
Getting off, and please, people, please.
About it, because people have lied about it and they've gone down and there's big trouble happens.
Yeah.
So what's going on with that?
If you're not consulting with whoever your prescribing provider is, you're potentially risking your life. At the end of the day, like, please bring them into the loop, explain to them what you're doing, why you're doing it. And then the perfect trifecta is getting that medical provider connected with your clinician and then that coach, and they all have an ROI sign, a release of information, so that they can communicate why you're doing what you're doing. And then if you come back, if there is some negative side effect or anything, I had one individual tell me, it was another clinician, said his client went, he didn't tell his provider that he got off his antidepressant, and then when he got back, he felt like he was the one that didn't. He had heard the hype and swallowed the hype of like, you'll never need medication again, you'll never get on medication again, and the provider was telling me like, no, this guy was actually better on medication, but because he went and did psychedelics, he's trying to strong arm it, and really he needs to be on it, and his medical provider had no idea he'd even got off it. And so again, having those 3 individuals tied in, I think is immensely important, because we're trying to create as big of a net to support them, and also interdisciplinary work. I mean, that's what the SOF community does. It's interdisciplinary work. So why would we not do it when we step out?
Right. And for that small percentage of people that have to go back on meds, I just want them to know too, that's not a failure. That's not a treatment failure at all.